Hey everybody, how you doing? It's your boy A.K.A. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I'm doing good. Hope y'all subscribe to my channel. Hope that I can get more than 513 subscribers. But, you know, it's coming one day. Um, we'll get better at this. But what I'm about to do is talk about the situations going on these podcasts and these videos all over YouTube and all over social media talking about how men are leaving the country and going to find love, find marriage, uh, and a lot of women in America are very upset about that. Now, I don't believe women are upset about this. I just think that women are just trying to understand uh, why leave the country when you have all these women in the country. Because there's men out there that say that they hate women here, but haven't gone on a date with a lot of women. They dealt with a lot of issues in their own relationships, like with their baby mom or probably their, wife or, or girlfriend. So they feel the relationships they have dealt with in their past or maybe in their recent relationships made them feel that women in America are not worth their time anymore. So they're leaving the country and they're trying to find other means of finding a woman that will be the type of woman that they've always been wanting all their life. Now, I know that a lot of men believe that this is possible and it's easy, which they know it's not. I see a lot of men are making videos that they have met women outside of the country and they're actually happy. Um, but it's rare. It's dependent on part of the countries you go to around the world. Um, and you got to understand about the men out there in other countries. They're not going to allow us to just walk into their country and start dating their women. Because we wouldn't want these, immigrants coming into our country and going off and just dating our women. I don't, that's the reason why our women are, pissed off, in America. Not just that, a lot of women are ignorant and disrespectful, you know, here in America. Because I think a lot of women just are not taught uh, how to appreciate and love a man. Um, but it's a lot of men out there are not taught how to appreciate and love a woman. So, you know, um, like I said, we are raised by our mothers. Most men are raised by their mothers. So a lot of these men are so spoiled and so up under their mothers' breasts, um, and still have their mouth connected to their nipple. That's why a lot of men feel that women should worship men. Women should worship men, and feel that sometimes I always believe it's religion because I believe religion actually brings up a lot of how men are using a traditional woman, submissive woman, and women not being equal. They use a lot of religion to characterize a woman in the United States and saying, well, they're not doing this and this in the Bible. They're not doing this in the Hebrew Bible or the Quran. They're not doing these laws that, God said women should be doing. And so it's all about religion. And so a lot of these men will feel, well, my mom, my grandmother, my great great grandmom, and her mom took care of their men and their family. Well, honestly, it's true because they were raised to do that. So, because you gotta understand about the past, a lot of our grandmothers were born in big families. So, if they're the oldest, they gotta take on the responsibilities of taking care of their siblings. Or if they're the youngest and or they're the middle youngest, they have to still take on the responsibility of taking care of their younger siblings. It doesn't matter. Women are actually, start off as young children to learn how to take care of the responsibilities of being the head of the household. And I believe women are the head of the household and taking care of the responsibilities of taking care of the family. Not because they make money and all this kind of stuff. Because us men, we always talk about money, us working, but women really have more responsibility of taking care of the home and the family than a man does. And that's the problem I have with men, that we don't talk about that. We always say, well, the women don't do this or do that. Women are doing a lot. They got to take care of their mothers. They got to take care of their fathers. They probably got to take care of their daughters, their children. Anybody in the family, a woman is always going to actually be around to help take care of. You know, they're putting more of their time in taking care of their family than their man. Because men believe that the woman gets married, they should only have responsibilities for them, knowing they got children and knowing they have to take care of the responsibility as a mother. And which that's the hardest thing to do, is be a mother. It's easy to be a wife. It's easy. Men think it's hard. No, it's easy to be a wife, but it's hard to be a mother. And fathers and men don't talk about that for their children. Because men see it that, oh, women just take care of children, that's all they do, but they don't know the responsibilities of taking care of an infant until they're grown adults, and still taking on their responsibility as a mother even though their children are grown. So we're thinking it's so easy to take care of children and harder to take care of a husband, which that's not true. It's the other way around. It's harder to take care of a child than taking care of a husband. You know what I mean? So a woman got a lot of responsibilities on her plate. Especially the woman has to start working and taking care of responsibility as a mother. Because some men, like I said, men can leave the woman anytime he fucking wants. You don't have to stay in a relationship with her, or stay in a relationship with her because she has a child by him or children by him. He can just leave. He can up and leave, and She has no way of getting him back. Once he leaves, he leaves. You know, and he don't have to be in the child or her life at all. But she will still have to take on the responsibility of taking care of the child, regardless if he's not in her life or not. So she has a big responsibility as a mother. And in us men, I believe that we don't see it that way. We see that it's all about us. Because I don't believe that a woman is going to another country is going to want to take care of another man's child. And they got their own children to take care of. I mean, you leave the country, so what's going to happen to your child? You're just going to leave her home with the baby mom, and the baby mom's have to take care of your child while you go out there and find another wife to have kids with, because you want to have a family. Well, you have a family sitting right there, but you just don't want to be around that family because you don't want to be around her. And I understand. You really don't need to be in a relationship with the woman anyway to take care of your child. You don't have to. You don't have to take on that nagging and all that kind of shit that you said that she do. You could just be a father to your child. So a lot of men just, I think they're just attack. Sometimes I'll be thinking men just do this because they hate the children's mother, that much, to say, okay, I'm gonna leave the country and find me another woman, get her pregnant. I'm gonna take care of that child, but I'm not gonna take care of the child that I have with this woman or many other women that I have children with. So a lot of men will, I think us men, we have not woken up yet. We haven't matured at all. And I understand it's not a man's choice. Can do anything he fucking want. He can leave the country, go and find a woman, whatever. He can do anything he fucking want. It's his choice. But the thing is, men gotta understand. Think, if you meet a woman outside the country, what's that gonna do for you in the long run? Because you still gotta bring her back. Then you gotta all get her all settled in this country, and you gotta get her a green card. And you don't know if the relationship is gonna be perfect because no one, she doesn't know any English. You know, she doesn't know anything about the American way. She don't know nothing about where she's living at. You know, so you have to get her all this help to help her learn English, to help her get a green card, which costs a lot of money. Um, then you got to get her comfortable living in that area that you're living in, even if it's the hood or the suburbs. Then she got to get acquainted with the people around her. So she's going to start meeting a lot of people. And if she's beautiful, she's going to get a lot of attention from other men. And the women from other countries love attention. So attention in their country, which they don't get, is different than the attention she's going to get when she's in this country. So basically, you're going to have a lot of men trying to talk to her or trying to get with her. And as she starts to begin to learn more English, she's going to start talking to more men. And this is not a shot at the man that he's doing everything. He's cool. He's doing everything for her. But it doesn't matter because once she gets adapted to this living in this country, she's going to actually want to do more things. She's going to want to go out. She want to go out to the movies. She's going to want to go to the malls. She want to go shopping. She want to hang out with her friends. She's going to, the friends that she just met, and she started learning English, and she started, you know, having male friends. She learned about Facebook, you know. She got a Facebook page now, and she getting all the attention from men over Facebook, American men. And she's going to be seeing all these different types of men. Like, so she's going to actually get a little bit, she's not gonna be shy anymore. She's gonna start talking and she's gonna start communicating and having conversations with different people, different men. And how can a man handle that? You're bringing this beautiful woman from another country that don't know anything about the heritage and anything about it about this country, but she adapts and she learns everything, and then now she don't want to be with you no more. She want nothing to do with you no more. Now she got this new boyfriend that she met online or she met at the corner store, and now she's with this dude. It can happen. But but see, men are talking about that's not going to happen. But a lot of women on um these um these videos are saying that it's going to happen, and these women are from these countries. Women from Africa, women from Jamaica, women from the Caribbean. They are talking, like telling men, listen, if you want to come to this country, you're going to have to bring that money with you. And if I'm with you, you got to take me with you. And these women are actually telling men that. See, but us black men, we don't listen, you know? And I'm not saying you shouldn't go to another country and do what you feel and enjoy yourself. I just think that men should leave the country and just try to figure out what they want to do. Leave this country and go be there. At least it will be harder for her to leave you. At least you will actually have the laws that will keep her married to you. In this country, she can leave you and she can take everything from you. So it's different than living in like the Philippines or Vietnam or Iraq or Sudan or India. They have laws that the man has the power. This is the reason why men are going to these other countries like Thailand, because the laws there is different than laws here. And the laws for women in them countries, they're not equal to man. So they are actually sitting there, have to be submissive to their men. They have to follow the rules and the laws that man has for women. Not this country. Women don't have to follow the rules and laws of man anymore. Like I said before, once upon a time, women had no type of, you know, way of doing anything they wanted to. They had no rights. Women in other countries don't have no rights either. So these why men are leaving the country to go and find women that have them countries that women don't have any rights. So they're popping up in these countries and knowing these women have to treat these men good because their laws tell them they have to. And if men come back here, they know they're not going to get that. Even in marriage, women don't have to listen to their fucking husbands. Even in marriage, women can divorce their husbands for the most dumbest shit. And take everything. In other countries, it's a lot harder. A lot of women can't own property. Women can't own land. They can't own a lot of stuff out there. You know what I mean? Some women can't even get licenses to drive. Some women can't even, get a loan or anything. Because it always has to be provided by the man. And that happened in the United States once upon a time. Women had no rights. And the rules were basically for the man. The man was the one considered as the one that was the breadwinner. So the laws were all fit for him. He was allowed to divorce his wife. He was allowed to beat his wife. He was allowed to bring any woman into the house, even if he was married, and have sex with her. It wouldn't matter because the woman had nothing. A woman couldn't say shit. So they didn't have no rights or had any power. But today, women have the rights and the power, and they have a lot of power, and men are mad. So that's the reason why we're jumping on planes and we're flying away. And but us men, we're not talking about how other countries are not giving women rights. So if you go to Africa, it's the same way. Now you want to mess with them African women. Them African women are they'll beat you the fuck up. They'll find you dead somewhere if you cheat on them. Like you mess with them Puerto Rican women, you mess with the Dominican women, you mess with them Filipino women. The motherfucking women will kill you if you cheat on them. So you rather mess with an American woman, at least you can get away with it and probably get a divorce or a threat. That's it. Because law saying you can't do nothing. You can't. They got laws down here that the man's protected, but overseas, the laws are the women will kill you down if you cheat on them. So if a man's really going to get with these women out of country, you gotta understand. You gotta understand what you're getting yourself into. Because them women over there, yes, they want to be happy. They want to find. They want to leave that country. If they're in a torn up country, a war torn country, of course they want to come to America. They want to go anywhere around the world besides their own country that's war torn. But if they get an American man, they know they got a prize. And they're going to try their best to keep that prize. And they're going to treat that prize really well. They're going to cook, clean. They're going to suck good dick. They're going to do anything. They want to be submissive. They're going to do anything that this man wants for order for her to leave that country to come here. And when she's here, she's going to do the same thing. She's going to treat him like a king. But once she gets comfortable here, and once she starts learning everything about America and learning the language, learning the traditions, and seeing all these clubs and bars and men and all that kind of stuff, she's gonna change her mind. Like, God damn, I'm an American now. I don't need to be with this motherfucker. And she starts learning the laws about being married and how she can get out of being married and take everything from him. She's gonna leave. And it's not. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't try to find some, because there's a lot of men out there that meet women from other countries and they're happy, they're here. Women are faithful, they love them. I got friends that got women that came from the Philippines, Puerto Rico, and Cuba, and all that, and they're married and they're happy, and and their wife loves their man, and they're faithful to him. But it's not like that in every country. You know what I mean? And some of these women in other countries are raised to find an American man to take care of them. And us men, we're gullible because we thinking that, man, I'll leave the country and I'll go over there and I'll find me a good woman. Yes, we will find a good woman over there. Of course. We're gonna find some beautiful ass motherfucking women over there. You mean that don't wear makeup? They don't wear wigs. They don't get all dressed up to go take a picture. They don't have camera. They don't have internet out there, or they don't have social media as we have here. I mean, I'm not talking about all over the world because some parts of the planet has internet just like us, but in some countries they don't have internet at all. Don't even know what social media is. So these men are looking for them type of women that are not social medialized and sitting on the internet all day taking pictures and videos and shit like that. So these men are looking for women like that. The women that don't want a whole bunch of attention from 5,000 motherfuckers on their friend list is nothing but considered men. You know what I mean? And they're not taking photos every 5 seconds of everything that's around them and putting it on social media. That's what men are looking for. And men are finding that outside of the country and probably going to these poor countries. And I'm not saying every single country is poor because they only show you the poor countries on CNN and Fox News. They always show you poor countries. But there's a lot of countries that are rich. But the poor countries men go to. They don't go to the Philippines, to the rich part of the Philippines. They go to the poor part of the Philippines to find women. And they'd be young as shit. Men will travel to these countries that they know they can get these women that are young, virgins, young or fertile, and they will marry these women, and or they'll have a child by these women and take the child and bring it back to America. They will do that, and it's been it's been if anybody will go back to Dateline, they used to have shows about that. Men will go to other countries and meet these young ass girls and bring them back to the country, and they'd be 14, 15 years old, and the man be in his 30s. And it has been shown on freaking TV. But this is the reason why women were talking about, well, your child trafficking. Because honestly, a lot of men will go after a lot of young women in other countries and bring them here. And that is true. It's been on Dateline. It's been a lot of FBI, going in and going and doing stings on these places in these other countries that have young women are being sold off to American men, and American men is bringing them back down here to marry them and lying about their ages. It's true. So a lot of women probably have a lot of animosity towards men doing this because I know a lot of these men ain't going to these countries trying to find an old ass woman. They're trying to find young women, young, beautiful women that are submissive and they're fertile, and they're willing to have children with this man. But in order to do all that, they had to bring them back here. Because I don't think the women are going to want to stay in their country and have a man that's from America living in their country when they have opportunity to get out of their country and live better in the United States. So this is the reason why a lot of women are going crazy over men leaving the country and grabbing their passports and leaving. But I'm not going to say it's wrong because I see women all the time leaving the country and meeting men and having sex with them in Jamaica, in Cuba, all over the planet, and women are married and they're doing this, you know, women are getting married or engaged doing this. I have known females that went to other countries just to have sex. And I'm like, why are women mad at men doing the same thing? But the thing is, at least women are talking about it. They say, well, we did that when we were younger. Men are doing that when they're older. Men are leaving the country when we're older and trying to find young women. I don't know why us men are looking for young women, especially my age. There be men my age going to other countries trying to find young women. And we say, well, there's no young women here. It's laws down here that a man can't be fucking with a young woman. And why would a man that live in America mess with a young woman? That's a grown ass man. And knowing they got a child that's the same age as that woman. It doesn't make any sense to me, but this is what us men are doing now. But women have the right to be mad. Women have the right to say, well, it's women here, what I mean, men are not being more aggressive and men don't chase women no more. Well, men ain't chasing women no more because women are ignorant as shit. And social media really made women look so evil, and so ignorant. It makes men back the fuck off. And that's what it is. So if social media wasn't the way it is and women were that type of people back in the day before social media, women were actually interacting with men at clubs and bars and events, and there'd be more women in the club than men. Now you got more men in the club than women because men are not going to clubs and men are not going to clubs to meet women. So you got these packed clubs with a whole bunch of women. Women are going out to bars, hanging out in bars, and asking where the fuck the men at. Men are not going into bars. Men are not going out there to meet women. And it's not because women will say, well, men are gay. Men are not gay. Men just don't want to go through the bullshit no more. And it has something to do with women always talk about they want a man with six figures. They want a man that makes $100,000 a week. That's you know how very small a percentage of men that make $100,000 a year. There's men out there that don't even make $50,000 a year. So it's men out there that don't even make $10,000 a year. So it's a small percentage. And women talk about they want a rich man. Well, go and find a rich man because them rich men are not going to want to fuck with you because you got nothing to offer them. You got a rich man in your life, but what do you got to offer him? It's like a woman saying, well, a man don't have nothing and he's broke. Okay, well, a man doesn't care if you're middle class. You don't have nothing to offer because he's already established. Now, if the man wasn't established and y'all both work together and build something, that's different. But the man already established, he don't need you. Only thing he don't need you to have some sex with. And if he marries you to have children, he ain't gonna leave you the money, he's gonna leave his kids money. Because he's already established. And he don't need you because he can meet a whole bunch of other different types of women because of how much money he has. The richer the man, the most beautiful women he get. Remember that. You know what I mean? Because he's not going to stay in one area and be with one woman. He's going to travel the world and meet a whole bunch of women because of the money he has. But see, men want to chase at these men with so much fucking money in their pocket, and these men ain't going to want to fuck with you in a relationship sense because they know what you're out for. They know you out just for their money. So you're fucking this guy, and he'll be like, shit, She ain't getting none of my money. She probably give you a little money, a couple of dollars here, because he's married and he's trying to keep you out of the business of his wife. So he's gonna give you a couple bucks. I mean, tell you, look, I'm gonna get you a house, a little apartment, a little condo. But the only thing you gotta do is that I come here every weekend. We do our thing, and that's it. We don't have no relationship. I'm just paying for your house, your little apartment, your little condo. We smashing. We ain't going out for no dinner. We ain't going out in public. You're just gonna sit in this house until I come here and fuck you. And I'll send you a couple dollars to go shopping and shit. Because that's what I'm saying. You want these men that are rich. You want these men with six figures, but they're gonna want something in return. And if you're not getting nothing in return, he don't need you because he's always established. A man's not gonna want a woman that's middle class. If he's rich, if he's a millionaire or billionaire, he don't want no middle class woman. He don't want no woman that makes what? How much money? Probably like $100,000 a month. He he don't want that. He wants somebody who's gonna be competing with him and his money. I mean, he wants them dime on top of dimes. I mean, so he wants them Kim Kardashians. That's what type of men that rich man want. He want a Kardashian. He want a Mariah Carey. He want them type of women. He want the women that will actually stand next to him and be equal to him in money. So that's the reason why these women be like, "Oh, you broke." I said, "Yeah, I'm broke, but you don't own shit. What land you own? You show me your acres. You show me your acres of land. Show me how much acres you own. Do you own any of these blocks? Do you own any? Do you own any acres? Like, I want to see some acres. Do you have Bill Gates money? Are you owning 219 million acres of land? No, you don't. So why are you calling me broke? Because I don't have nothing? Cool. I know I don't. But you're doing the same thing that everybody else is doing, working a 9 to 5. And you don't own shit at all. All thing you do is own the clothes on your back. You're still paying for a car from the bank. You're still paying on the house from the bank. And you don't own none of the property you don't own that land that the property sits on. And you don't even own the property. And a matter of fact, you don't own no land. You don't own a parking lot. And you calling me broke. That's cool. I take that anytime. But I know one thing: if I own a parking lot, I own land. If I own acres of something, I'm rich. Because people are going to want that to rent or buy from me. So if you're going to call somebody broke, make sure you have stuff that you can show me, like a deed. I mean, for real, like that's what drives men crazy. You know, it drives men crazy when women call a man broke. And we're trying to figure out what you're meaning of broke. Because if you talk about me being broke, yes, I am. Let's talk about the meaning of you're broke. Because I could just go down the line that you got expensive, 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 in debt. I can go through the long line. Unhappy, depressed, stressed, paycheck to paycheck. Go ahead, come at me. I can go through that. I could tear somebody down with that. Yes, I have health problems. You know what I mean? Heart issues, everything. You know, I left my last job because I have health issues. You know what I mean? And no, it ain't easy. But I'm not gonna let nobody tear me down because I don't have nothing, because I could tear you down quick too. Because if you want to talk shit about me, let's talk shit about you. You're overweight. Well, I could go on and on and on. You wear a weave. I can go on and on. What makes me try to destroy a woman? I will never do that, because number one, why would I talk bad about a female for? If a female is working hard for her shit, I give her all the fucking respect in the world, because I believe women should be having their own shit. I believe a woman should be having their own motherfucking money. I believe a woman should be able to move up in the corporate world and be a CEO or owner or even a supervisor or a manager, because they work hard for that shit. They should have degrees. They should have their masters and their associates. They should have all them type of degrees, because they have opportunities. But to call a nigga broke, the man gave you these laws. Without man signing in these laws, women would not even be equal. So that's my problem with women attacking men. Because if you want to say all these things about us, let's talk about what y'all struggle in y'all lifetime to get to this point. Because it's still a man's world. regardless of how you take it. Yes, you have your foot in the door, but they could close the door and lock you the fuck out. And it's not a strike at women, because like I said before, women should be able to have equal rights. Women should be equal to man. And I keep on telling men, stop saying women are not equal to man, because women are equal to man. Because if you don't believe that women are not equal to man, your mother is not equal to you then. You might as well say your mom is not an equal woman to you. And your mom makes sure that you will be equal to everybody. Your daughter should be equal. You always want your daughter to be equal to you, right? So why would you tell another woman's not equal to you? Because you would never tell your daughter that. You would never tell your mom that. So men got to stop doing that. But women got to stop making men feel like they don't have no type of nothing. Because you don't know nothing about what the man is going through. Because you already judged him by him not having something. And I know a lot of guys out here that got money. I got friends that got money, real money. Not that fucking. They're trying to buy land. I talk to my homie all the time about that. Like, look, dog, if I ever, I will never do like I did last time. I said, you know what? When I was working, I should have bought me a park. I should have bought me a parking lot. Cause they had one for sale right around my way, and they didn't even want that much for it. All thing I had to do was keep it clean. I should have bought a parking lot. And my boy told me that he was going to buy the lot up the street from him, and it was a big parking lot. He said he wants to buy it. I said, buy that shit. Buy it. Only thing you do is put a booth in there, and you get a security guard. You'll pay every week. You get a security company. You'll put money into the security company. All you do is just pay the dude every week, and you got yourself a parking lot until somebody comes out there and say, "Listen, how much you want? How much you renting for this parking lot?" Well, you could give them. They can give you a blank check. You sign how much you want for them to rent out your parking lot. It could be Walmart. It could be any type of corporation that could come around. Little small business that need property or need land to build their property on. To come to you like, listen, how much you want? How much you selling this for? How much you renting this for? Land is really important to have in your side pocket, because you know that somebody is going to buy that land from you. And when you buy it, you know that you're going to keep continuously buy more. And I told my boy, we need to start doing that shit, dog. And I should have done that when I was working. I should have bought that parking lot, because it would have helped me at least have something. And I know that that would have been money if somebody would have came along and said, listen, dog, I'm about to build a store here. How much you renting for this parking lot? And they pay you the money to use your parking lot or your land that you own. But you know what? When people call me broke, this pisses me off. I love when people call me broke, because I'm like, I go through the whole method of just saying, okay, I'm broke. I don't have nothing. But you know what? If you believe in God and you say God is good, why are you being so evil? But this is what women are doing nowadays, and it stresses men out. So men don't want to deal with that shit no more. So men are just getting on a plane and say, you know what? I'm done. Let them keep calling me broke. I'm gonna go somewhere else, and them women over there don't call me broke. And I'm gonna show them a great life. I'm gonna give them what these women over here are not giving me. So these men will actually work harder to keep them women overseas in their life than they would do the women here. And it's bad. It's bad that men and women are going through this. It's bad that we're making podcasts about women ain't doing this and women ain't doing that, and men are just going in on women like crazy. I'll be watching these podcasts. I'll be shaking my head. It's like, how do these women allow these dudes to be doing this? But women don't know how to defend themselves, because women will sit there and say, I don't care. Fuck you. My life. My money. And men are getting pissed off about that. Oh, because men love to be dominant. We love to have our foot in the door all the way. And we like to keep the women behind us. So if we keep on doing this, by the time I guess 2050 comes, there might not be no men in the United States. So I'm hoping that one day we change our lives around and we start having this conversation with women and saying, listen, what women should be like, what is making y'all leave the country? Tell us why so we can, change so we can keep y'all here. That's all men want. Us men just want to have women to come and ask us that question so we can sit there and if we had a whole bunch of women just sitting into an auditorium and we had this one guy asking women can ask any question they want, and we could start and men could start listening to women and how women feel, and men can tell women how they feel. It'll probably might actually open up some eyes for men and women to actually start learning how to love each other in this country. Except us leaving the country to find somebody somewhere else, we can actually learn how to live with each other here in America. Because we have so many freedoms, quote unquote, here. So we need to take advantage of these freedoms, knowing their freedoms are disappearing, but we still need to take advantage of these freedoms of the right to marry, the right, to do all these things, the right to have children, all these things that we have in this country, and we're not taking advantage of these things. And men are talking about women's rights and all this other kind of stuff. Well, like I said, women's rights been here for a while now. It's just now the internet has actually made the women speak out even more. Like I said before, internet women wasn't speaking out. Women wasn't coming out. They wasn't over talking the man. They wasn't disrespecting the man. But the internet came out, then women started being more vocal and saying things about men and started to overstep their boundaries, which men are saying women are overstepping their boundaries with their mouths and not respecting men anymore. And this is probably true. But, you know, this is what happens when you sign in these laws and you give women equal rights. They're going to take advantage of these equal rights. So women want to move up the corporate ladder. So they're not going to sit there and just let men have all the money and the lifestyle. Women want to have that too. They want to have the money and the lifestyle too. They want to, be the breadwinner. They want to be the CEOs, the bosses. They want to make that $100,000 or $200,000 career job. You know what I mean? They want to own their own businesses. They want to own their own land. They want to do all that stuff just like men. Because we've been doing things for 10,000 years. I mean, we've been running this planet for 10,000 years. And now women want to have opportunity to sit by a man on a throne. Since women are supposed to be sitting by us on a throne and being queens, why don't we treat them like queens? We can't treat them like queens because women don't want to be treated like queens no more. Women don't want to be called queens anymore. They don't want to be called beautiful no more. They don't want to be called respectful names anymore. You know, um, and it bothers me. It bothers me how we live the way we're living now, and how us men are just, mm, we're so unhappy. We're depressed. We're lonely. We have anxiety, stress. We're not living long. We're not eating right, and we're not taking care of ourselves. And we're stressing ourselves out about women. And we don't talk about our children as much like we're supposed to be talking about our children. I guess we're so worried about being happy. Are we worried about our children being happy? You know what I mean? Because our children are the ones that are struggling of not having two parents in their life. Because kids just want to have their parents. They don't care about them being in a relationship. They don't care about the mom and dad being in love. They just want to have their parents. You know what I mean? They want their father to be in their life because their mother is always there, but they want their father to be in their life. Give them attention, give them love. You know, that's what a child wants. Child don't care about a mom and a dad married. They don't give a fuck all about that shit. And I know a lot of children get mad when their moms get divorces, but I think a lot of them just say, you know what, it's better off that mom got a divorce from dad. Because they couldn't get along. Why would they want to try to be in a relationship when they're unhappy? Why do you try to fix a broken? You can't fix a broken relationship. You can't fix it. Once it's broken, it's broken. I mean, you try because of your children, but your children even sees that the relationship ain't fucking working. So why don't you just get a divorce and just be a parents? I mean, I still have my dad. He'll be living somewhere else. I still have my mom, but I'll be living with my mom. but I will still have my parents. My dad will still love me the same, even if he's with my mom or not. That's what children don't have. We don't give our children that respect anymore because we're fighting over. We need love. Well, our children need more love than we need. We can find a man can find a woman anywhere, but your child is going to want and need that attention all the time. And as they get older, they're going to start understanding, you know, about their okay. Well, my mom's over here, my dad's over there. Okay, who gives a fuck that my dad is over there, my mom's over there? All right, as long as they, my dad calls me every day. My mom's here. My dad checks up with me. He comes to my games. He supports me on everything I do. But it's a lot of people out there that don't do that. There's a lot of fathers and mothers are fighting with each other, arguing with each other, cursing out each other. And the child is like, what the fuck? If y'all not happy, why y'all fuck together? I mean, y'all ain't fucking. Y'all ain't doing nothing besides arguing and cussing each other out and punching on each other. I mean, but you are not, both of y'all are not giving me any attention. I want the attention. So child is mad at the mom and the dad. Child goes off and do anything they fucking want. And they don't have no type of learning how to be raised because the family, the mother and father, don't know how to raise their child because they're fighting all the time. Dad's an alcoholic. Mom's a drug addict. Mom, dad unhappy. But every time they see each other, they attack at each other. They're trying to kill each other. And the child is stuck in the middle. That's why I said a lot of people can't have kids. I mean, we need to start learning about taking care of responsibility as parents. Because us running around trying to find love, come on, man. You know, that's just the reason why our children are acting like the way they are acting now. Because they don't have their parents. They're not being loved. But we're worried about having somebody loving us and we're lonely and all that bullshit, man. If you got a kid, like get yourself a cat and a dog. Like for real, get yourself a cat or a dog. Like that will help you out. If you need to run around trying to find somebody and you got kids, like take care of your responsibility as parents. And maybe your children will be raised right. And then you will have your daughter treat a man with respect and you have your son treat a woman with respect. I don't know. It's just me. I struggled not having my mom and my dad. Having my dad, not my mom, but having my dad. You know, and I think if I had my dad in my life, even if he was not even like living with my mom, I think I would have been a better man. But my dad was in prison, so that hurt me. So it made me not be a respectful. It didn't mean that I didn't respect people that much. Tried to, but it didn't work. So I ended up being an asshole, stealing, lying, doing all these things. I mean, but then I started looking for love, started chasing women, wanting to fall in love, and all these things. And I did these things. I used women like a motherfucker. Now I'm single. Been single for 5 years. And you know what? I learned how to fall in love being alone. And I accepted being alone. I accepted being by myself. I'm not saying that I'm not looking for anybody. I'm not looking for a female. I mean, that's going to be dumb for me to say I'm not doing that. I'm still looking for love. But in a sense, not now. Till I get myself together. And even if I do get myself together, I don't know if I'll ever be in a relationship because with things that are going on nowadays and how relationships are not lasting long, marriages are not lasting long, I don't want to go through that. I'd rather be with somebody just to have a friend. I'd rather have that cool ass female friend that I can hang out with, chill with, maybe get some, maybe we could, we could fuck, be good friends with benefits. And if that don't work, we don't fuck with each other. I mean, I'm 47 years old, and it's getting to a point that as a man gets older, we distance ourselves further and further away from women, and we just start to just want to be alone. We just want to be left alone because even if you're a good man, you struggle finding somebody because a good man is something that a woman really doesn't want. They'll tell you that they want one. In reality, they want this bad guy with his bad boy persona, walking around, beating up on people, smoking blunts, getting high. The ones that have been locked up in and out of jail, those are the ones that women really chase. So the good man doesn't mean shit anymore like they used to. You know, now everybody's treating it's just it's now and to understand the way men are just getting up and leaving I mean, and just trying to find happiness. We're just trying to find happiness. I always tell men you gotta find happiness in yourself before you find happiness in a woman. Because if you don't love yourself and you're not happy with yourself, you're not happy with that person that's a reflection of the mirror that you look at every day, how can you love a woman? How can you think a woman's gonna love you if you don't love yourself first? And if you don't fix yourself, man, I don't think a woman's gonna want to be with a man that's already broken because she already went through that shit being broken. She want to find a man that's gonna make her happy, you know. And us men, we are looking at ourselves in the mirror and we don't even like each other. We hate each other. We despise each other. You know what I mean? And every time then the mirror breaks, and then we like depressed, and then we're bringing that depression into our relationship, and we want to look for somebody else to bring that bring that depression somewhere overseas and shit. I mean, man, don't stop doing what you're doing. Go out there and look for a woman overseas. Don't bring them to this fucking country. Leave them out there, over there. I mean, if you choose to bring them, but make sure that you know what you're doing when you bring them here, because they got all these opportunities once they get here. You know what I mean, they're gonna see a lot of shit they never seen before. Being in that motherfucker little bit of a house that they lived in with all them people, and then now they living with you, and they here in the United States, and they see them bright lights. They see all these men. They see all these parties, these clubs, internet, food, the atmosphere that's in America. These women that you bring to this country is going to change on you real quick, and you're going to be alone. And then you're going to start complaining about the women from overseas. And I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for men to start complaining about women overseas next, because the women over there, they know what they fucking doing. They're raised to do what they're going to do to us, because they see their mother go through it. They see their sister go through it. Their mother be like, listen, you're gonna get yourself a rich white American, and this is how you're going to get them. You're gonna wear less clothes. You're gonna walk up to him, and you're gonna be very, very, very aggressive. Because us men, we love aggressive women. So if an aggressive woman gonna come up to us in another country, that's gonna turn us on, and that's gonna gravitate us towards that woman. And she already knows what she's doing. Like I said, because it's already planned. It's already written out of how she's going to get you to get her back here. You know what I mean? And men say, oh, it's not about the green card. To them, to you, it's not about the green card. To them, it's about that green card. They want that green card. You want a wife? You got to bring them back here. They're not going to marry you out there. They're not going to marry you in the area that they live in, and they got this American man in this country, knowing that the men in that country don't want you there. So they'll try to get you. They don't want to be in that war torn country no more. They want to leave that atmosphere and come to somewhere else that has freedom. So they want you to bring, they want you to pack them all up and bring them here. I'm not talking about, I'm just talking about pack her up and bring her here and marry her and let her have opportunity to experience the American life. And you're going to be unhappy once she learns English. And once she really gets, and you bring a beautiful woman here too, a beautiful a Cambodian, a beautiful woman from Thailand, a beautiful woman from Costa Rica, Cuba, um, you know, Dominican Republic, the Bahamas. You bring a beautiful woman back to this fucking country. You are fucking. Oh my god, it's going to be terrible, because she is going to have so much power, and especially she's going to get heart. Men, please watch your steps when you're out there in other countries. Stop roaming around in other countries, man. You know, because the men out there know you're looking for a woman. You know, and the men out there don't want you doing that. You bet you complain about how immigrants come here and try to take our women. We're out there in their land taking their women, and they don't play that shit. So please be careful when you go into these countries. Don't be walking into no war torn country thinking you can take one of the women out of the country. Please do not do that. I mean, be careful. Please be careful. You see what's happening to these women when they're leaving the country and they're going to these other countries and meeting these men. They're not coming back alive. So please watch yourself when we leave the country and go and meet women. Because they could set you up. Just like how you say women, American women could set men up. Then women could set men up too. So be careful out there, America. This is your boy A.K.A. Signing off. This is my first time I made a video under 50 minutes. I hope you all subscribe to my video. Please keep it safe out there. Men, please keep it safe out there. Ladies, please keep it safe out there. And because there's a lot of things that's going on that's affecting women also in this country and around the world. Keep your head up.